Our next guest on the Terry Collins Show, these two gentlemen will be linked forever for a heated argument that took place on the field on May the 28th, 2016 in Citi Field, following an ejection of Noah Syndergaard for throwing at Los Angeles Dodger infielder Chase Utley. Terry and our guest got into an argument that now lives in baseball history. Let's relive that moment right now.
You're done. No, I mean, you can't do that. You're not in that situation, man. You can't. That ain't gonna happen. I mean, I knew you were gonna say that, but that ain't gonna happen. I mean, that's the wrong time to do it. That's all. I'm telling you.
Wrong time to do anything.
It is what it is, but that ain't gonna happen. Our ass is in the jackpot. We don't do something there. I'm just telling you that.
But shouldn't there be a warning?
No. I mean, okay, the situation of what happened and everything else, that's what dictates that, okay?
But there was no prior knowledge that before the game started. I mean, if Terry comes into the dugout and says, hey, if somebody gets hit, then that's...
everybody knows what the situation is, okay? Take him. Terry. Terry, get a handle. Come on, let's go. Come on, talk to me. Talk to me.
Tommy, that's fucking bullshit.
Terry, talk to me. Then you talk to me about it.
Okay. You gotta give us a shot.
You know what?
You gotta give us a shot,
Okay,
Tom.
listen to me. Let me hear what I'm saying, okay? You get your shot. You had your shot right there. In the situation.
Well, why
you
not?
know the situation, Terry.
Why don't we get a shot, Tommy?
Because that makes it worse. Terry, that makes it fucking worse.
I know it, but MLB did nothing to that guy. Nothing.
Okay, I can't control that, Terry. I can't control that. You know as well as I do Terry, you know where I stand on the whole fucking situation. But
you're better than that, Tommy. You know that.
Terry, listen, I'm telling you, our ass is in the jackpot now. Okay, I'm just telling you.
Fucking motherfucker.
You know what? That's you got it. Okay, get it. You got everything out.
Well, let's say hello to Tom Hallion. Tom, how you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Tom, thanks for coming on again.
My pleasure, Terry. Anytime, any place, anywhere.
The thing that people don't understand, and I've had to answer this a number of times. I have to answer it on Fifth Avenue once in a while when I'm in New York City. But everybody thinks that you and I were mad at each other. That is not true. That is the farthest thing that happened. To be honest, I was more upset about the home plate umpire, for ejecting Noah. But I'll tell you one thing. There's not a day go by that someone, and I mean seriously, not a day that someone doesn't bring up the video with you and I arguing about Noah getting kicked out and throwing it to. I ran a race the other day in New York, the Tunnel of Towers race, and some guy runs by me and says, "Hey, you got to give us a shot. Our ass is in the jackpot." I said, "Hey, Tom," as he goes by, I said, I thought I was going to get through one day without hearing that.
No, it's really, like I said last time I was on with you, it's taken on a life of its own. And to your point, I think why it happened in such good light was I always respected you as a manager on the ball field. I hope, and I think you've told me that you always had, respect for me on the ball field. So we were able to do that. You were mad at Adam. I was trying just to take the argument away from Adam and let you yell at me. You could have said anything, whatever you want to do, because I knew it wasn't at me. It wasn't personal. I got what you were saying. I knew exactly what you were pissed about, and and I was just trying to let you get it all out. As I said in the end of the video was, there, you got it. You get it all out.
She said, yeah.
So,
and you were right. I got it all out finally. Yeah, there was no doubt about it.
That was 9 years ago, and it's still just something people talk about all the time. And I have to tell you, I mean, we have our platforms on our YouTube channel and of course Instagram and X, and out of every show that we've done, and this is second season, 50 shows in, your episode, when you and Terry got together for the first time to look at that, now has a cumulative number of views over the platforms, 1,800,000 people have viewed that.
Well, John, I can tell you, and Tom, I'll tell you, after that podcast came out, and, I'm really blessed. I've got a lot of great friends, not just in baseball, but outside baseball. The emails and the texts that I got after that podcast, they said, and one guy said to me, it's all I do during the day is listen to podcasts. It's the best podcast I have ever heard or ever be. And he said, I just wanted you to know that. And I said, well, we had a lot of fun doing it, but I'm telling you, and you're right. Not just the argument itself, but so many people, Tom, viewed it. And you know what you did? You gave these people an aspect that they don't know about umpiring. That they're not aware of it. I mean, you guys live this kind of like the secretive life that by itself off to the side, and your insight, it gave me some insight into it. That of how to approach things, and I just, again, my respect for you is off the charts. But I just hope that when we do this thing, which John's going to talk about this year, that it's going to be as fun as you and I think it's going to be.
I also agree, and I'll make the promise to you, it will be.
Well, yeah, there's been some developments over the last few weeks, and we're going to make an announcement here today. But I'm sure you've both been asked to sign photos of that encounter. And Tom, when I spoke to you a few days ago, you say people send you stuff in the mail. Terry, you get stuff in the mail. People always want a signature on that. So would you say that there's still a number of people that constantly mail you stuff to sign on that argument?
Yeah, you said it's 9 years ago.
Yeah.
And Terry, I'm just kind of guessing off the top of my head. I bet you I receive 3 requests a week. And either Terry has signed it already, and a lot of, they've caught on. They asked Terry to put, you got to give me a shot, and they asked me to put our asses in the jackpot, right, and sign it. So yeah, it's it's like I've said, it's taken on a world of its own.
Yeah,
and I get the same thing. I get them every week. I get it, and I want to know who's making copies of the picture, Tom, because I mean, I've signed so many. I'm thinking, where do they keep getting these things? How many is there out there?
Yeah, it's funny. If you go, I'm not a big social media or online guy, but every once in a while I'll kind of spread my wings and go look and search and see. And there's a lot of pictures out there, not of just me and you in the argument in that. There's a lot of pictures, way too many.
Well, guys, when I was up in New York recently, I was up there for the Alumni Classic, and which was so great to just be there and see Terry and the alumni. I had a meeting. I met with the owner of a company out on Long Island called Coaches Collectibles, and they're a big promoter. They do so many things with Met players, and David Wright does so much with them. And I sat down with Dominic, who owns it. He had an event on Long Island, and had Bobby Valentine there at a sports bar, and it was well attended. And I was just kind of saying we should do something together, And I went to his office in Farmingdale, and a massive warehouse of memorabilia, and just an incredible person. I just threw out a couple of ideas, and I said, "What do you think of a possible signing with Tom Hallion and Terry?" And his eyes lit up, and he goes, "Do you think that they would do that?" I was like, "Well, I'll ask. I think that they would, because that has never been done. You've never appeared at a signing together before. Am I correct?"
Correct. Never. No. I mean, the podcast that we did 2 years ago was the first time that I really talked to Terry about the argument and everything. So yeah, that's why it's kind of coming around, and it'll be nice to get together with them and be able to do that.
Yeah, we were able to put this together with Coaches Collectibles, and there'll be 2 events that are going to take place. So I could really announce that today, that a deal for you appearing together for the very first time, 2 autograph signings in the New York area, and it'll be the first time you've done an appearance like this. The events are going to take place in December. There'll be pictures for the fans to sign. There'll be kind of a Q&A, a little panel discussing that infamous night or that famous night or that entertaining night, whichever way you want to look at it. And even our creative director, Marsh, has come up with a nice little idea for a picture. And Marsh, if you could pull that up and show the guys the idea that you've come up with. And because I think that once people get together and have the opportunity to have Terry and Tom sign something together for the first time, it'll be really cool. So, Marsh, if you want to pull that up, we'll take a look at that.
That's Marsh for you. Oh,
yeah, I think it would be a great picture, and even Marsh was talking about stickers where you put them on your windshield, and so anyway, it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be off the chart, and I think that it's gonna be very well attended, and it'll give the fans a great opportunity. So you got to be looking forward to that, just to be able to finally get together and sign together at these events that'll be coming up in the New York area.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, John. I don't remember, but I was ever since when Tom was on last year. I'm not sure that in the season of 2017 that I had Tom on one of the crews that we had, because that would have given us a chance to even talk about it or laugh about it or whatever it might be. But yeah, that was the first time, and so it's going to be fun. And I've done that, Tom. I've done that Queens Baseball Conference before. I've done it for the last 3 years. And I'm going to tell you what, when this gets out that you and I are going to be there, this place will be packed, because they are huge fans, great baseball fans. There'll be a lot of guys there, a lot of former players. You're going to get to see them. And, so it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me also. And, it's funny, that photo you just put up, when I retired, my wife gave me a retirement party, surprise retirement party here. But one of the gifts was her friend had painted that same exact picture in a 3x5 poster, and everybody signed it. So it was pretty neat. Yeah.
That's cool. That's very cool. That's very cool.
And of course, the other event will be out on Long Island as well. And I think, Tom, you have family out there, don't you?
Yeah, I've got family everywhere. No, really, I was born and raised in New York, so most of my family is still up in the New York area, either Long Island, Staten Island, New Jersey, Brooklyn. So yeah.
So how'd you end up?
It's going to be a big turnout. I'm telling you, it's going to be big. Yeah.
I'll have to get some of my high school friends from Saugerties, New York, which is about 100 miles upstate, to come down to it, and they'll enjoy it. Some of them are big Met fans. So I'll let them know, now that I can tell them. I'll let them know that I'm coming in, and see if they want to come down.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Well, Tom, I'll get a hold of you. Maybe we slide in there a day early so we can just take a deep breath together and relax for a minute before we have to go out to do that stuff. So
sounds great.
Well, yeah. We appreciate that so much. I mean, it's going to be so much fun. And I wanted to kind of turn and ask a couple of baseball questions here to you, Tom, and to you, Terry. I mean, there have been changes in umpiring over the last they've been evolving. Now there's something new. It's the automatic balls and strikes rule that'll be implemented in the MLB next year. ABS, they're calling it. So I'd like to get both of your takes on this new rule when it comes to umpiring and home plate.
Well, Tom, you should answer this first, since you're the.
Yeah, okay.
Let's put his ass in the jackpot on this one. Right?
So,
yeah, exactly.
I've always been an umpire that's been a little bit ahead of his time. I came up with the strike 3 call, and that was a little bit before its time. And then one of the reasons why I retired when I did was because I saw that this was coming and I didn't want any part of it. It's going to be tough on the umpires. It's you're going to put up. Thank God it's only 2 challenges, and they keep the challenge if they get it right. But it's you got to deal with the pitcher, the catcher, and the batter when you're working home plate. And that's tough enough. But then when they're gonna put it up on the scoreboard, the big pitch comes in, boom, overruled or whatever. So it's going to make their job tougher. And I always thought the job was tough enough. I didn't need more challenges. So, and again, like I've talked to people about it. It's a game played by humans who make mistakes, and that's part of the game. And they're kind of trying to make it a perfect game, and it never will be, but they keep trying to make it a perfect game.
Tom, I have to reiterate totally agree with you. If you go back and you look at the stats, and I really don't know, Tom, and maybe you probably do, but where these numbers come from. But if you look, you figure a home plate umpire who's going to look at close to 400 pitches a night, and he gets 98% of them right. That's pretty good, man. This thing is coming in at 100 miles and 90 some miles an hour. It's sinking. It's cutting. And 98% of the time you're right. That's pretty good. That's pretty darn good. So why think you got to have perfection? Because just like you said, there's no such thing as that. There's no, and I don't remember time, if you remember this, but in 1994, I think it was 94, 95, I got the job in Houston, and Drake McLean, who owned the team, put up a make-believe strike zone on the scoreboard. And if the umpire called a strike, it went automatically in the box itself with a velocity, and it drove other managers crazy. Well, the umpires first came in, they said, "Hey, what the hell is this thing up on the scoreboard, the strike zone?" I said, "Listen, anytime you call it a strike, it'll always be in the strike box. Even though it may not be actual, the fans won't know the difference." And I'll tell you what, it bothered so many people. It bothered other teams' pitchers and stuff. So now it's going to go up there. And I think the game, and especially what we're seeing today with the reaction of fans throughout all sports, I just think it's going to cause some real problems. That's just me. And I just think the game, like Tom said, I think the game's played by humans. And, the strike, ball and strike, these guys are so right so often. Okay, the same on the bases, Now, God, they talk about speeding the game up. Well, now every challenge they were supposed to cut it back. Every challenge is 2 minutes long now because you've got to look at all the different angles and the different things. And I know MLB, I don't even know, Tom, you've been in that room, how many cameras they have that you guys got to look at when you're in New York in the video room. But it didn't speed the game up. So you know what? I get the challenge system now a little bit, but balls and strikes I think is going to be that's too much for me.
Well, the hard part's going to be, Terry, is you watch these playoff games. These guys, their pitches move so much, and if you're going to miss that outside corner, by a half an inch, and you call it a strike, it's going to come up that you were wrong, and that's a direct shot at you that you got that pitch wrong. Well, I may get the other 158 pitches that I had to call a strike or call the pitch correct, but that one pitch is that's what you're going to be kind of labeled with for that game. It's again, it's the margin of error. Yeah, most guys now, Terry, shoot 97, 98%. Some of the newer, younger guys, they've come up with it through their whole career. They're 99. I got to be honest with you, and I'll declare right here on the show, I never shot 100. I shot a 99. A couple games I missed just one pitch, but I never shot 100. But that's you think about it. If you think about it,
I agree.
You can miss that pitch. Say you miss a pitch an inch off the plate. You thought it was a good pitch, but it was. You go back and look at it. It was off the plate. It's just now it's got to be so precise that, I think and I don't know if I should even give them this much credit, but I think what they're trying to eliminate is that 3-2 pitch that the umpire called it a ball, but it caught the outside corner black, and guy hits a home run, they challenge it, and boom, it's overturned, and the home run is no longer. I think that's what they're trying to avoid, but think about if that happens in that game. Think about the shit that's going to happen when you take away that home run. It's crazy. That's the part. You always got to think ahead with, when we were first starting talking about replaying plays on the field, you always had to think about, what could happen if, you always how to come up with that case of where, hey, it's not going to work in this case. But we always said we're opening up Pandora's box, and here it is.
Yeah. I was in the Arizona Fall League a couple of years ago when they first tried, and I don't know where these lines are. Now that box has got to change because not every hitter's the same. So that box is going to, certain boxes are going to be bigger than others. I mean, Aaron Judge can't have the same strike zone that Alex Bregman has. I mean, it's just impossible. So, or Jose Altuve. So those are going to change. But I saw pitches, Tom, that would come in. And now I think they had the lines, I don't know if they were laser lines or what they were, but it was the front of home plate. I saw breaking balls coming in and clicking that line and then bounce and be strikes. And the hitter, of course, he's in the back of the batter's box, which is a long way from the front of that plate, that he couldn't hit with the paddle. And and so I'm thinking, what's it going to do to the hitter? Where are these lines going to be? Just like you said, you got a ball that's coming in. You got a 2-seam fastball it's running in on somebody, a Kevin Brown fastball that's moving this far, and so all of a sudden it's coming in and it clicks that inside corner and now it gets by the hitter and it's on his fists, and so you're saying, my God, that can't possibly be a strike, but oh no, it hit that corner. It's going to change the way hitters have to approach it. They're going to have to move up towards the pitcher closer. I don't know where these lines are going to be. That's going to dictate what's a strike and what's a ball.
Yeah, that's the human aspect of it, because somebody's got to set those lines. The hollow of the knee. Somebody's got to set that line. But they think that's going to be the fix all, and they'll never have any problems. But as you know, there's a lot of other stuff that goes on the baseball field where you can still have arguments.
Very, very true. Tom, I was just talking with Laura Albanese, one of the reporters, and I'm saying, I'm watching these playoff games, and right now we're talking about balls that are on the corners. I'm a little tired of watching guys take fastballs down the middle right now. They're all worried about hitting the ball on the corner. You're not going to hit those pitches, those perfect pitches. And if you do, you're not going to do any damage with them. But how about doing some damage on that fastball that's down the middle that, you're taking? That's, it's. And, I used to love the game. And I used to tell the players all the time, this game is hard, man. It's, it's hard to play. It's hard to umpire. And if they're going to take the fun out of playing it, because now everything can be changed. Everything can be videoed. I'll tell you what, I enjoy where I'm at now watching it. Because if things aren't going very good, I can turn it over to watch another channel. So that's what I look at it.
Me too. I like right where I'm at. I've enjoyed watching the playoff games, but I love being in my chair and watching the game.
Yeah, me too.
Well, guys, I really appreciate it. Everybody's going to look forward to you getting together for the first time.
Yeah, come on out.
Yeah.
Look forward to seeing everybody.
I advise everybody to check out Coaches Collectibles, not only on Instagram, Coaches Collectibles NY1. Go to their website, which is coachescollectiblesnewyork.com. And, of course, you can also get updates on Terry's socials on Instagram and X as well. So, Tom, we thank you so much for your time today, and we will see you in December in New York.
Can't wait. There's no better place to be in America than being in New York in December.
Well, hit them straight, Tom. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, Terry. Hey, you know what? I'm heading to Ireland tomorrow, so hopefully I can hit them straight over there.
Oh, that's it. Now you've got me. That's on my bucket list. That's on my bucket list to go play golf in Ireland. So,
well, we'll have something to talk about. Something else to talk about besides baseball. In December.
That sounds great. That sounds great, pal. Good to see you.
All right, same here. Thanks.
Right.